What if I told you that each one of us has the opportunity to end a global epidemic? What if I also say to you that each one of us are susceptible to the very disease that we have the power to eradicate? There's a subset of us in this room that are living with the disease. It is undiagnosed, and we too have the power to eradicate it. The disease is low expectation. I suffer from it. I've seen it ravage families. I've witnessed it pass down generations. And I've seen people live and die without proper diagnosis from Wall Street to 74th and Stony Island. The picture you see, it's my last game as an Auburn Tiger. The 2014 BCS National Championship, the Rose Bowl. What commentators like to call the granddaddy of them all. I was a 22-year-old Nigerian-American kid with accomplishments that people dream of behind me and a life of promise ahead. But a kid that lacked the awareness of the shoulders that I was standing on. Shoulders of bold sacrifice. Grandparents, my mother and father, decades in the making. Sacrifice from parents that birthed 2 MDs, a collegiate football coach, a professional football player, 3 collegiate student athletes, a TEDx speaker. And let me not forget to mention, a father that showed 3 boys how to love a wife. And let me not stop bragging on him. He's about to put a cap on a 30-year career as a world-renowned scientist studying microbiology. That, ladies and gentlemen, was built off of $136. $136 was the amount of money my father, an immigrant from Nigeria, came to this country with. I walked off this field a college graduate, a 4-year starter, a 2-time Southeastern Conference champion, and seconds away from being a 2-time national champion. And although the loss and the reality of being seconds away hurt, the reality of what was ahead far outweighed that of any loss in sport. For the first time in my life, the reality of who I thought I was in question. I went from SEC starter to NFL hopeful. The odds were no longer in my favor, and I wanted to play football so bad that I didn't think I could do anything else but play football. The sacrifice that I was built on, the degree I obtained, the hundreds of hours of servant leadership I garnered by leveraging my gift for the impact of other people, nothing. In that moment could fix my lack of self-worth. I was an athlete and nothing else. Not because that was what the world saw me as, but that was all that I saw in myself. I suffer from the disease of low expectation, and I'm not proud of it. But I can look each and every one of you in the eye and tell you that because I no longer suffer from it. Whether it's the kid on the south or west sides of Chicago that sees devastation firsthand, overcomes incredible odds, makes it through the summer alive, and doesn't align that same level of resilience, grit, with his or her dreams and actionable steps to make them happen, or the elite 1% in America, Nigeria, or countries all across the world that would rather store up their wealth than leverage it for the impact of other people that don't have the same last name as them. I can go on. At the end of August, while we're all celebrating our Labor Day, 1,100 men in the span of a few days will lose their jobs from the National Football League. And some, like me, will begin the journey to self-actualization and the incredible, incredible tough work of self-correctiveness. Because as the cameras rolled on the hit HBO reality show, Hard Knocks, and my lifelong dream to play football ended in front of a national audience, I had to come to grips with the fact that just because my football career ended, it did not mean my life did too. I still had an incredible skill set to change lives. Retire my mother, lead companies, inspire thought leaders globally, and I did not serve my purpose or this world for that matter as simply Nosa Eguae, the football player. Through my journey of self-actualization, what I've come to know is true is that the cure to eradicating the disease of low expectation doesn't start with this global solution. It starts with an individual decision. The days and months after this picture was taken, I don't know if you can see the tears. There's a tear coming out, man. I just got told that my career ended in the National Football League, and I needed a haircut. As it ended, I had to come to grips. The fact that I still had more. Each one of us in this room, every individual that will watch this online is still alive. I was cut. My football career ended, but it did not kill me. It did not kill me. The cure to eradicating the disease of low expectation for all of us in this room, for the cities that will be healed by the decision that we make, for the individuals that will be healed by the decision that we make. If this message resonates with you, if you think that, man, I may suffer from the disease of low expectation, it looks different for all of us. I'm not here to judge, but I am here to treat. And to treat holistically. I'm going to leave you all for the rest of my talk with 3 treatments. 3 treatments that I know to be effective simply because, quite frankly, they worked for me. Treatment 1, find your mirror. Find the person or the people that will reflect the power that is in you that you cannot see for yourself. What you see on this stage, my sister spoke into existence well before I ever saw it in myself. In my toughest days post-sport, when I was grappling blow for blow with the false, self-inflicted pain of unworthiness, she told me that I was enough. And she reminded me of what my mother told me when I was a child. Nosa, you can accomplish anything you put your heart, soul, and mind into. My toughest days post-sport, she was there. And when my acting career was shorter than my NFL career, and my big break turned into another big loss, she still spoke life into me. And when my friends from childhood that saw me as the meal ticket quickly vanished, she was there. My sister, she reflected the power that was in me when my college sweetheart's stepdad, a pilot for American Airlines, looked me right in my eyes days after being cut and told me because of the color of my skin, I wasn't worthy to date his daughter. There's incredible power in this room. There's incredible power in this room. And if you do not have anyone in your life that will remind you of your greatness, like my sister did for me, that will speak life into you, then I will. Each one of us has a gift, an incredible, incredible gift that no one else in this world has. And we do not serve that gift by playing small, live in it, embrace it, and change lives because of it. Leads me to treatment 2. Find the other side of but. Legacy isn't built in times of triumph. Don't let Instagram lie to you. Legacy is built in failing and your inevitable response to it. My friend Max once told me, he said, failure is finite. It has a period at the end. I do not see a single failure in this room. However, I do see people that have failed. And I myself am continuously failing. But where there's a fail, there's a comma. There's a fail, there's a comma. And it gives us the opportunity, each one of us, to find the other side of but. Nosa didn't make it long in the NFL. His acting career was even shorter. He lost friends, but he stands here today because he didn't stop, speaking life into each and every one of you. Find the other side of but. That leads me to treatment 3. Champion your issue. Find the work that's bigger than you, that tugs at your heart, and unabashedly champion it. Because as my virtual mentor, granted, he doesn't know me yet, but he soon will, Wes Moore once said, it's not about the issue of the day, it's about the issue of your life. Find that work and champion it. Because I found mine. And I can tell you that there's nothing in the world that has healed me from the disease of low expectation like finding my work. On May 5th, 2015, my agent called me and he said, Nosa, pack your bags, you're going to Oakland. The Oakland Raiders are gonna offer you a free agent deal. My first thought was, damn, they could have called me 8 months ago. I told him that I was gonna call him back. It took 5 minutes. I was in my car. I said a quick prayer. And then I called him. I said, I'm 3 weeks into a successful transition from sport. I'm working for an amazing company in Chicago, and I'm done. Tell the Oakland Raiders thanks, but no thanks. Then I said this. For the rest of my days, I'm going to ensure through my example, through my work, that other athletes, other ball players transition way more seamless than I did. I stand here today as a founding partner of the prolific company. And I work alongside an amazing group of athletes. And our work is centered around helping former athletes, regardless of the sport, reach their best day. whatever that looks like, through purpose navigation, through understanding excavation and to deal with the tough identity issues that come when you no longer have a sport that you played for your entire life. And we help them transition into careers of leadership and service because that's all we know. I found my issue through the help of my mirror. Thank you, sis. I'm championing it. Because I made it on the other side of but. Over the past 10 minutes, my only hope is that through the vulnerability of my story, I have reflected the power that is in you. And there's an issue in need of a champion on the other side of but. The world will not be eradicated from the disease of low expectation until we, each of us hearing this message, is healed from the disease of low expectation. Because I tell kids on the south and west sides of the city this all the time: if you aim high, you hit high. And if you aim low, you hit low. We all have the opportunity to reach our breakthrough. And we are lying to ourselves if we don't think that there are lives on the other side of our breakthrough that will be able to reach theirs because we reached ours. The journey starts now. Godspeed. Thank you.